Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 podcast for Tuesday, the 21st of November, 2023. It is my final consecutive streaming day of the week. That is right. Short week this week. Usually I'm here 6 days in a row. Good reason that I'm not here is because I have a holiday this week. It's Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving this Thursday. And the truth is, I'm not really taking time off for the holiday. I will be here, just in a limited capacity. I won't be here for a full day of streaming. Jasper, please stop attacking my wires. Jasper, stop attacking the wires. Stop. Hey, now he's going to bite me. Jasper, you're going to behave. He's going to start. I just start the show. He decides as soon as I start talking, it's time to get his attention. So let me start attacking his wires and everything, you know? You're not going to attack that stuff, because if you do, you're going to get it. All right. Anyway, yeah, I will be here on Thanksgiving just for a half a day, you know, a more chill stream day. But because Thanksgiving's Thursday, typically my day off is Wednesday. Well, excuse me, typically my day off is Thursday. I'm not going to have that day off because I also have to do things like run errands, you know, like buy groceries and stuff. And you're not going to do that on Thanksgiving. So I had to shift my whole schedule around this week. What did I just say? What did I say? Jasper, why are you not listening today? Behave. Here. Behave. Yeesh. It's tough to run a show when I'm distracted. We gotta try this again. You know what? Let's just start over. Here we go. Okay, everyone, welcome to the Level 1 podcast. Today is Tuesday, the 21st of November, Deja vu. November 21st, 2023. I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to the show. I hope that you're all in good spirits for this holiday week, because this is a shorter streaming week for me, because Thursday is American Thanksgiving. Now, I will be here on American Thanksgiving in a limited capacity, meaning about a half a day. However, truth be told, my whole schedule this week is in disarray. Why? My normal day off is Thursday, but I have to do stuff on my day off, like grocery shopping and the like, and I'm not going to do that on Thanksgiving, so I had to change the schedule around. So today is actually my final consecutive streaming day of the week, which is fine. We got a lot of stuff going on. Fun gameplay today, good stuff, and I'm actually excited because coming up later in the week, we got the big marathon on Friday, the Ad Apocalypse 2.0. We're going to talk all about that on today's stream. I'd also like to talk a little bit about how stuff's going with the current playthroughs and everything we're doing. Particularly today, nothing too crazy in the realm of news, but I'm not shocked. It's not like you would have been expecting tons of news or anything today. There's one minor thing to talk about that I think everyone will get a good laugh about. But outside of that, today will be a little bit more of a relaxed podcast. Perhaps we will do more suggestion box from the viewers, probably some open Q&A. It'll be a more laid-back atmosphere, nothing ultra serious or anything to really address or talk about today, which is a good way to end the week, in my opinion. It also looks like I didn't even update the schedule last night, which I thought I had, but I guess I had forgotten to, so hold on one second. Let me just do this on the fly. God damn it. There. Now the schedule is updated. Now, I think it's today's crazy day. I'm running all around. I get a million emails. I get a million updates. I got paid by YouTube, so I'm running around trying to pay all my bills and everything all at once. And it gets me so, like, not necessarily frazzled, but there's just so much going on in a short period of time, and I have to do it all and do it right, or else, you know, obviously, you have problems. So, I'm kind of all over the place today. That's actually why I was 10 minutes late for the podcast. Just trying to get a bunch of stuff done. And, you know, having a rambunctious cat on the floor doesn't help that much either. So, but I am here. And I am ready. And it is time to get started. So, where do we begin? I would say what we should do. Let's recap what's been going on with all the current playthroughs and all of that. Give you a cumulative update on all of that. We'll talk about the schedule because this week is fun. We got a Thanksgiving special on Thanksgiving Day. We've got the Adpocalypse Marathon this Friday, which is also another special. And then we finally get back to the regularly scheduled gameplay and the like starting Saturday, okay? So how's everything going? Let's talk about each game, okay? So first of all, let's talk about the lingering playthroughs. Starfield. This is a game that I played for 40 hours over the course of September and early October. And the more I played it, the less interest everyone had in it. Why? Because it plays exactly like every other Bethesda game with almost no variation. The graphics aren't even good on the Xbox Series X. They have tons of issues with, you know, the frame rate and everything. Pretty pathetic. The gunplay is meh. The exploration is okay, but there's too much looting. And half the stuff you get in the game is completely purposefulness stuff. Like, there's nothing to do with any of the items you pick up. They just sit around in your inventory. And truth be told, there are good parts of the game. Like, I think that there were some story beats and story elements that were great. But once you hit a certain part of the story, the entire story falls flat on its own face. And it's because it's a plot line that's been used in a million other things in the last 5 years, so it's not original whatsoever. It kind of ruins the entire experience of everything you've done in the game so far. It's pretty bad writing, and I can't believe they thought that this plotline was a good idea for a video game. It's not. It's totally the opposite, because it makes you feel like you wasted all your time in the game. So, I left the playthrough on hold for a month, and I was so busy with everything else, and being sick didn't help, set me back so far. So I finally went back to it this week, and, you know, admittedly, I knew it wasn't going to get a lot of attention. It wasn't going to get a lot of engagement or support. No one really cares about this game anymore. Even people who are fans of it actually don't like it anymore. So, the thing is, a lot of people are giving me shit, and they're like, why are you playing it? Why am I playing it? Because I put 40 hours into it. Now we're 42 hours into it. Do you really think I should just skip the end and not see how it ends? The thing is, I do feel like I have an air of professionalism around what I do. I've been doing this for 15 years. When you put that much time into a game, you at least want to see how it ends, especially because I know I'm near the end. I'm only a few hours away from the end of the game. In addition, this is one of the most hyped and anticipated games of the year. I want to see how it ends, even if it's bad. And then on top of all of that, as you know, very early on in 2024, I'm going to be doing my Game of the Year awards, my most disappointing Games of the Year countdown, and this year, we're actually doing something special, something new that we haven't done in ages. It's going to be the fan-voted best playthroughs of 2023. Meaning you guys are going to nominate what you thought were your favorite games and playthroughs that I did this year and vote on it. So it's not necessarily what's the best game, it's what was the most fun playthrough to watch, right? That's cool, because I like having that level of interactivity where you guys can actually, you know, vote and be a part of the event, right? So, if I don't beat the game, I won't know where to rank it in that stuff. So that's why we're doing it, all right? And it was funny because Sunday night when I played it, everyone was like, oh my God, and they're groaning. But you know what? Admittedly, I had a good time Sunday night. And the reason being, it was all story elements. It was answering some questions, lingering questions you had from the game. Truth is that the answers weren't satisfying because it was bad writing. But at least the answers existed. You know, at least you have the answers for the things you were wondering the whole game. So, I'm being told 1 to 2 more streams of Starfield will be done. Maybe only 1, but maybe 2 tops. So I'm gonna see it to the end. I am. All right. Other stuff that's ongoing. Street Fighter 6. Obviously, Street Fighter 6 for me, the biggest fighting game of the year, the best fighting game in many, many years. After not playing it for a month because I was busy with all the new releases, and quite frankly, the sickness sent me back as well. Bringing it back into the rotation this week is very fun. I'm glad that I did. I am playing with a new character, Dalsim. I'd only used Dalsim in a very limited capacity at the very beginning of the game releasing back in June, and then every once in a while casually when I was doing those viewer nights over the course of the summer. So I never really used him in any real major attempt to actually like learn the character or play him at any kind of a competitive level. Well, now I am. I've actually absorbed a lot of tech from watching a few of the top Dalsims, and after 2 sessions, 2 hours each, I'm doing pretty good. All right, I really am. I'm learning a lot. I'm not dominating by any means, but I'm having a good time, and I'm improving every single time that I play with him. So last night, I boot up this game, okay, and immediately I'm taking on a very, very good Cammy. And the problem here with Dalsim, all right, is very simple. Dalsim is a character that is very slow, and he doesn't have many advantages at all. He has to play keep away. If anyone gets in your face, you are in big trouble with Dalsim because he has almost no good moves up close that will stop someone who has a good fast rushdown style of gameplay. So last night, for example, the first 15 matches I played were against this Cammy. I only won a single match because this Cammy knew what to do. Her dive kick stuffs everything Dalsim has, literally beats it all. Her flip move, her flip kick move, is so fast and high priority. Again, you almost have zero chance to do anything to it, and if she mixes it up, you really can't avoid it. It's very, very tough. And then all her high priority normals. So the thing is, I liked playing against that Cammy that many matches and losing that much. Why? Because I'll never learn the game if you don't lose. I've said this before. You can't be a winner until you learn to be a good loser. You have to take your licks, and hopefully when you're playing, you learn something during those matches you lose. And as long as that's the case, you should never be ashamed to have lost. Right? So I stuck with it, man. That was like 15 matches against that Cammy, and I only won a single match. I won some rounds, but I only won a single match. But here's the cool thing. After I was playing that, and then, by the way, that was like I want to say a 3-star diamond, 2 or 3-star diamond Cammy, so pretty darn good Cammy, almost master level. Then, when I finished with that, and I went back and I started playing other people, I played a wide variety of characters. It was a good variety of stuff, and by the end of the night, listen to this, even though I was down 14 matches, by the end of the night last night, I had 31 wins and 29 losses. So think about that. I was down by 14, and by the end of the night, I had a winning record. That's pretty good. And no, it wasn't because I was facing endless amounts of scrubs. That wasn't the case at all, actually. Most of the players I'm facing with Dalsim end up being either high-level platinums or like low to mid-level diamonds, which is cool that I'm getting that comp in casual. But what it also means is that so many people who are playing this game have been playing it so long, almost everyone's in those ranks, right? Like everyone's gotten to that rank. Almost no one's at a low rank anymore because everyone's still playing Street Fighter 6, has been playing it for months and months. But I'm having a good time learning. I am. And I'm having a good time because it's a new character. I'm happy I've done this. I feel like if I had went back to Blanca again, I'd be bored. I'm happy that I'm doing something new and different, and I'm trying to learn, and I'm getting better slowly, and I'm going to continue to learn, okay? So, good stuff so far. Now you might say, well, whatever happened to the story mode? Well, you're right. I am going to beat the story mode. I promise you. I promised you all I would. I don't know when, but I swear to you, we are going to go back and we're going to complete the story mode of Street Fighter 6 at some point. Right now, I'm having fun focusing on Dalsim. I want to keep that going. I want to play with him maybe like twice a week at least to stay, stay there and at the level I'm at. And of course, Yes, eventually there's going to be ranked gameplay, okay? So, definitely, Dalsim, I'm having fun, doing good stuff, more coming, ranked coming as well at some point. All right, so Street Fighter 6, I'm glad it's back in the mix. I'm having a good time with it. Like a Dragon Gaiden. Well, it's exactly what I expected. It's a Yakuza game. Of course, now they call them Like a Dragon. Open world exploration, lots of side content, beating thugs up in the streets, grabbing items and giving them to other people, little quirky side missions all over the city and everything. It's exactly what you would expect. The graphics are quite good on the Xbox Series X. I like that I'm unlocking new combat abilities and the like. It's turning out to be a pretty solid playthrough, but these playthroughs always end up being what I term chill late-night playthroughs. Meaning, if I tried to play this as a daytime stream ongoing, I would barely get attendance. People just don't click with these kind of games these days. All right? This is more like for my core audience of people who like who I am, who like the content I put out, and just want to relax with me. You come to these streams a couple times a week at night. You spend a couple hours with me. We talk, we interact, we have a good time. Yes, the game is part of that, but it's mostly about having a great social interaction on the stream, as opposed to it being hyper-focused on progress and narrative and all of that. You see, it's a little, very much different from some of the other playthroughs I've done. So, I like the game a lot. We got good progress. At this point, I want to say we're around 8 hours into it. Now, most people playing the game said, it's only about a 20-hour game. There's about 10 hours of story, and there's about 10 to 15 hours of side content, depending on how much of it you decide to do. So, admittedly, 8 hours in, we're probably about a third into the game. It will continue to be a playthrough I'll be playing on late-night streams moving forward, so it should be fun, okay? I like the game a lot, but here's the thing. When I play it, I wholly acknowledge this is the playthrough I'm doing. We'll get the least attendance, least engagement, least support, at least for now it seems. It seems like this is just the late-night chill stream I do a couple times a week, and it's time to relax. Okay? Now here's the thing. It's not a big deal as long as I balance that with other things people want to see. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Well, what's hilarious about this game is that it's being completely panned everywhere. Everyone seems to hate it. It's the game to hate this year. For me, it's actually quite fun. Why? Because it's Modern Warfare 2 maps from 2009. It's maps that I recall, and I'm actually playing well on because I remember them. And it's me getting used to this new style of gameplay on the old maps. I want to say maybe 20 hours we played it, because I'm thinking there was three daytime streams and like 2 or 3 night streams. So it's probably like 15, 16, 17 hours, something like that I played it. I've had a lot of fun because I keep mixing it up. Start with an assault rifle, do the daily challenges, switch it up. Go to a LMG, go to a SMG, go to a shotgun, go to a sniper rifle, go to a marksman rifle, and keep it fresh. When I unlock something new, try the new thing. I've been doing that, and it's worked. It's very fun. And in fact, my latest loadout, which is a sniper rifle and a auto shotty, is actually doing pretty well, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. So today I'm excited. Actually, that's what I'm playing today. It's cool because I'm going to jump into it. I'm going to be, doing the daily challenges, unlocks, keep going. It's fun. And when I get going, when I get on a tear, it's cool to get those kill streaks. You get the freaking Juggernaut coming down, and you get a big, sweeping streak after that, right? Some good stuff. I'm really enjoying myself playing Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. Now, is it perfect? Hell no. It's not at all. It's still got the same flaws as all the last several, like the last 6, 7 Modern Warfare's all been the same. The same shitty netcode, the same skill-based matchmaking that ruins the game every other game. Like, they never fixed this game. And this one, more so than most, they just kind of phoned it in. They didn't put much effort into it. They just kind of reused all the assets from the last one, and they rushed it out. So, is it fun to play? It is. Is it the best game ever? Hell no. They really got to put more effort into these. But it's a breath of fresh air because I don't really play these games except when they're new. I play them now for probably like a month or two. And it's fun. You guys campaigned for me to bring this back to a day stream, because if you remember, I had it as day streams for 2 streams. Then I made it night streams for like a week, and you guys were upset. You're like, man, when you make it night streams, half of us can't attend. That sucks. If you bring it back to the daytime streams, we'll come back and we'll support. And you did. I brought this back to the daytime streams on Saturday. Dude, you guys came out in droves. You attended, you engaged, you supported. It was a really good stream. And obviously, I'm hoping we can keep that momentum up when I'm playing the game, as long as I keep it on the level I am. I'm doing a lot of effort here to try to play well, improve, use new weapons and the like, and I want to keep that going, okay? So that's awesome. Now let's talk about Super Mario RPG Remake. This is the one I really feel like we need to talk about today, okay? So, I was on board to play this game since the day they announced it. A little apprehensive, reason being I played Super Mario RPG, the SNES version, emulated on the Switch, several years ago. It was like, what, 4.5 years ago? Someone said it was like 2019, like mid-2019 I played it or something like that. I guess they had just added it to the Switch Virtual Console at that time, so I told you guys I would play it, and we did. We did a playthrough of it. Now, excuse me. When they announced this remake, I said I would do it if people want it, and people kept telling me, yes, we want it, please play it. It looks amazing. New soundtrack redone by the original composer, new gameplay elements. Absolutely amazing, let's do it. But then something happened. I played Super Mario Wonder, okay? Which I love. One of my favorite games of the year. If you don't think that's not going to be in my top 10 games of the year, you're crazy. It's a super good game. I don't care that it seems like, at least in my viewer base, there's this weird innate bias against first-party Nintendo, Mario, and platformers in general. I don't get it, because I love them, okay? So I absolutely love Mario Wonder. But, distinctly, as I was playing the game, I noticed, started out strong, and then after like 2 streams, people stopped showing up, stopped engaging, stopped supporting, complaining when I'm playing it. Why are you playing this kiddie game? And I'm like, it's 2023, and we still have gamers who are prejudiced and biased against classic-style games and say that they're kiddie games. I don't know how much more immature and wrong you could be, but we have people saying that crap, you know? I still finished it. You know, Super Mario Wonder, I went through it. It was a great playthrough. I really enjoyed the game. But man, as I was playing it and finishing it, people said to me, well, are you really going to play Super Mario RPG Remake later this week? You just finished Wonder. You saw what happened with Wonder. And the same thing's likely going to happen with Mario RPG. I mean, it's another Mario game. And so I thought hard about it, and we talked about it last week. We had several streams where in the mornings we were talking about this and trying to determine, should I play it or not? And we had a lot of discussions about it and everything. And what were some of the options? Well, we could play Mario RPG. We could play the RoboCop game. We could play the Lords of the Fallen. We could go back and play something different like Sea of Stars, which you guys had wanted me to play over the summer, but I was busy playing Chrono Trigger, and then it was too late to kind of jump into it because other new releases were out. You know, we had all these options we were discussing. Well, ultimately, what we decided we wanted to do was bring Modern Warfare 3 back to day streams, so that worked as a day stream, and then have Super Mario RPG Remake as the balance off of that, so 2 completely different styles of games as the daytime streams. And then it was determined that once I finish Super Mario RPG, we'll start RoboCop. I mean, someone donated the game. No. 2 people donated the game. No. 3 people donated RoboCop. So I think people really want to see RoboCop, considering 3 different people donated it. Yeah, I guess you want that in the rotation, so that will absolutely be coming. Okay? So, we determined all of this. And then when I played Super Mario RPG Remake on Friday, the premiere day, things went really well. People showed up, they engaged, they supported in droves, they loved the game. Wow, this is a great retro throwback. It's really cool. Happy to see you play it. Cool. Well, I guess maybe my fears, my apprehensions have been disproven. Maybe I was just being a little bit paranoid, right? Except then I played it again yesterday. So when I played it again yesterday, which was only my second session, so, you know, you're talking, we're getting from 3 to 6 hours into the game. Attendance dipped. After the podcast, half the audience left. Engagement, after about halfway through the stream, people stopped talking to me. And I was like, what happened? And support was nearly non-existent. In fact, once the game started, the support completely stopped. There was no tips, nothing. It just stopped once I started playing the game. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, then why am I playing it? I mean, I could have played anything else. I've already played this game 4.5 years ago, right? And I'm loving it. I love this game. I would play this game every few years because it's a great game. But I am here to stream content for you to watch and enjoy and digest. And hopefully you enjoy the content and what I'm putting out, and then you will reciprocate with support. That's how the formula works. I'm not someone who gets paid by a company to promote their game. I'm not someone who shills a product. I'm not someone who has a million collaborations and crossover projects. It's just me, one dude, sitting here playing a game, trying to make it entertaining for you, and hopefully you find that entertaining, and then you'll support my content, correct? So when I'm playing Mario RPG in one stream, everyone's telling me everything's great, this is amazing, keep going, I love it. And then the next stream, everyone dipped. And it was like the complete opposite. I don't know what happened. It's the same game. I'm the same guy. I'm making the same content. What changed from Friday to Monday, right? Nothing. And the thing is, I mean, everything else is fine. All my other streams are doing good. So what the heck happened with Mario RPG? I'm like scratching my head. I don't get it. So, oh, by the way, just get rid of this fucking idiot because I've had enough of this guy fucking sitting here being toxic for days and days and days. So goodbye. Okay. So my question to you all is, what's going on with Mario RPG? This is honest question. Now, here's the thing. It's not a long game. It's about, even if you are bad at the game, it's less than 20 hours. If you're looking for all the secrets and extra stuff, it's around 15. If you're just rushing through the game, you can beat it in 10. All right? I'm not rushing through the game, by the way, at all. I'm taking my time with it, and I'm going to enjoy it. People are saying there's new optional post-game content. People are like, well, are you going to do it? And I'm like, well, number one, I didn't know it had that. Number two, if the second stream of the game I'm playing has no one showing up, no one interacting, and no one supporting, what makes you think that I want to play this game extra long? Right? What you're telling me through your actions is you want something else. You don't want this game. But again, I don't get it. What happened on Monday compared to everything, you know, the Friday stream was completely different. So I just don't get it, honestly. I would love feedback on this. What changed? Same playthrough, same game, same person playing it. Gameplay didn't change, playstyle didn't change, everything was the same, but somehow completely different attitudes towards the game from Friday to Monday. It blows my mind. You know, I even told you, like, near the end of the stream yesterday, I was like, is anyone here? Like, no one's talking. Like, what's going on? You going to sleep? You know, and the game's good. I'm sorry. I like the game a lot. I think it's quirky, fun, good writing. This is the game that was the predecessor and precursor to games like the Mario and Luigi saga that was on, like, the Game Boy games, and also the Paper Mario games. Like, it led into those. Quirky style, you know, humor and stuff like that. So, I guess we'll see, but I want your feedback. Please give me feedback. I would love to know what happened, and is there a reason? Is there something I can improve? You know, the thing is, like I said, it's not a super long game, which I'm happy, because I know you guys want RoboCop. Many of you must want RoboCop, so that's coming, okay? But, well, you know, I want feedback to know what the hell happened. If I can improve or change it in any way, I'll like to. I just don't get it, all right? Excuse me. Excuse me. So, that's the one playthrough right now that's got me scratching my head. It really is. It's like, I don't get it. Everything else is going all right, but heard a whistle. You heard that, right? There's like a whistle outside. Anyway, so here's the thing. All right, this week, a short week for me. Kind of sucks. You know, what can you do? When you have a short week, you have a short week. It's a holiday week, right? We got special stuff coming up. We're about to talk about that. We're about to hit up the schedule, and I'll tell you about all the special festivities coming up later this week that will be outside the realm of the normal gameplay and things that we do on the streams. Certainly, I hope that you guys are going to show up for those events if you can. And if you can't, I'm not going to go crazy. For example, the Thanksgiving Day event coming up. I know a lot of you can't be here on Thanksgiving Day. If you live in the United States, you're going to be busy with your friends or your family. It's all good. Maybe some of you will be able to come and chill with me. We're going to do some special relaxing stuff. We'll talk about that in a sec. So I'm not going to sweat it or anything, you know. But the truth of the matter is that this week has been the ultimate mixed bag, okay? The first 2 days of this week, you know, starting up with Mario RPG, bringing Modern Warfare 3 back into the fold as a daytime stream, bringing Street Fighter 6 back entirely and doing a fun Friday Night Fight stream. You know, those streams all did really well. People showed up, engaged, supported, great attendance, great support, everything. Like, super positive. Then Sunday, it was my React show, which I knew was going to kind of interrupt that flow, and there's nothing I can do about that. I do the show once a week. And then we did, we did Starfield, and man, again, I really wasn't expecting Starfield to go crazy or anything. I definitely knew that was not going to do well, but I need to finish the game. But then yesterday with Mario RPG, that threw me for a loop, And I was a Street Fighter stream did all right. I never expect when I'm doing a late night Street Fighter stream that we're going to get insane amounts of viewers or we're going to get people going crazy with contributions. Every once in a while you do. You have someone who's like, oh, I'm a big fan of Street Fighter. I come by or whatever. But it was all right. You know, I got no complaints there. It's just 4 straight streams now where I didn't even hit this goal yet. Not even one of the 4 streams did I hit that, right? I've been trying to get us back up to 500 members for 3 straight days. We were at 500 members. And then a bunch expired. And it just seems like for whatever reason, for 2 straight days, it's been, you know, kind of slow around here. And it sucks because I like having momentum. I like the feeling that everything I'm doing, people are enjoying. They want to come by and they want to, you know, partake in it. And they want to be a part of this fun experience. And I feel like it kind of was great for 2 days and then fell flat on its face for 2 days, right? It's tough, especially when you're a variety streamer like me, to keep momentum going when there's not some one notable hot new release that everybody wants. When there's no one game that's the one that everyone wants to see, it's tough because you always get a split audience, right? Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that today, Modern Warfare 3 has been a hit, and as a daytime stream the other day, it did really well. I'm hoping it'll do well today. I'm hoping that people will come and support the stream, engage, have a good time, and in general, this will be a situation where people will really enjoy themselves watching me play Modern Warfare 3, and we can kind of do a flip on its head of what's been happening all week. I hope. We got someone, Lice for Soul is gifting tons of memberships to the channel right now. Thank you, Lice for Soul. I'm going to shout all these out later. As you know, I do the shout outs at the end of the show. You know what, though? I probably should do these now. You want to know why? Because if I don't, they might time out, and I might not be able to do the shout outs for each person. So, Lice for Soul gifted, well, first of all, Lice for Soul re-upped their 6-month membership. Then gifted 5 memberships that went to Bully Hunter 69, Zen Shuriken, Avarice, Melon Dog, and the Executioner. Then gifted 10 memberships that went to Tip Tonight, Alejandro Mendoza, AF, Cooking with Kyle, Tasty Sauce, Tyrone, Shea, 4 Scores and 7 Beers Ago, David D, and Iuko. Then Lycifer Soul gifted another 10 memberships. And those went to Nicola Francesca, Husker, Goldfish, Joshua Mumma, Ethan Redfield, Lay Doe, Ruben Rivera, SSJ4 Hazardous, Ernst, and VT Cycling. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Okay. That's a lot of members. So thank you, Lice for Soul, for an insane amount of memberships. I don't even know how many that would be. I actually have to check now. Hold on. Let me check my total members and see where we are so I can update the leaderboard properly, because that's a while. Normally I would do this at the end of the show. The thing is, when it comes to gifted memberships, for some very weird reason, they tend to, like, not stay on my leaderboard. And when they go away, then I don't know how many we really have. And I like to do the individual shout-outs, and I can't do that if they disappear. So I just wanted to do that fast. All right, we're at 509 members. Thank you, Lice for Soul. You're certainly not going to hear me say a negative thing about members today. I'm very happy right now with how that. Thank you so much, Lice for Soul, for supporting the channel. Really, thank you, because that gives the channel a boost. A lot of people are going to have memberships now. By the way, if you're a new member, nominate ads for the upcoming Adpocalypse Marathon this Friday. Now you can do that. You have the members' priority to do that. So please do that in the members thread that's posted on the channel page. Okay. And by the way, if you just received a gifted membership, be sure to thank Lice for Soul for the gift. Okay, be sure to do that. 'Tis the season, right? He's being very nice to everyone, including me and you. Please be grateful for it. Okay. By the way, I love that we get this now. How many years I've been doing this on YouTube full time? It took 2.5 years, and finally they made it so this works now. So that now we can get the pop-ups for the gifted memberships. That's very nice. I love seeing those back. We used to get that shit all the time on Twitch, and then it went away when I came over here, and now we got these pop-ups back for the gifted members, so cool. Okay, so, by the way, Don McLean just gifted a membership, and it went to Darziak. Congratulations, Darziak, and thank you, Don, for the gifted membership. So that gets us up to 510. Okay, now as I was saying before I was interrupted by a wave of generosity, I'm hoping that today we can turn stuff around after literally 4, slower streams, and we can get stuff to pick up. I was gonna say, hey, hopefully we can get a good amount of members. Well, we did. So I'm not going to talk about that again today. In fact, Paris Solo just gifted a membership, and that one just went to Jade Van Zyl. So congratulations to Jade Van Zyl. And thank you very much, Parasolo, for the gifted membership. There we go. Excellent. Okay? So now, what you will hear me say today is my goal is to hit this tips goal. All right? We have not hit this tier 1 tips goal in 5 streams now. So it would be great if we can do that today. Hopefully, like I said, we will get people out for Modern Warfare regardless. They seem to always show up and support Modern Warfare. Since I turned this into a day stream again, it went well on Saturday. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going. All right? So that's what's going on today. That's what's going on with all the current playthroughs. And the next major playthrough coming up is RoboCop. All right? Okay. Now, I'm off from streaming. Well, hold on. Let me go through the schedule. Today is Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. That's this stream. Later tonight, it's a late night chill stream of Like a Dragon Gaiden. 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to come by and hang out and enjoy the game and just relax and have some cool, talking and hanging out. And it's not just about the game when I play that game, because there's a lot of opportunity for us to interact and talk as I wander the city. So I hope you guys will hang out with me if you can. It should be a good time tonight. Not expecting much from it. We always get a smaller crowd, but it's always a more close-knit, intimate crowd talking and chilling rather than it be about the game, you see? Now, I'm off from streaming tomorrow. That's weird. Usually I'm here on Wednesday. I'm not here on Wednesday this week because of the holiday. All right? I'll be running errands and spending some time with my family. And then on Thursday, it's American Thanksgiving. I will be here, but it will not be a normal streaming capacity. All right? I'll be here in the morning. We're going to do a level 1 podcast, a holiday edition. And then we are going to do basically a 3-hour stream, only my first stream. First segment, I'm going to talk about American Thanksgiving, but I'm going to talk about what I'm thankful for this year, how this year has gone, how things have been up and down for me like this, business-wise, personal, and I want to tell you a little bit about how things are in my life right now, and just kind of share a little bit opening up a little bit to you guys, and talk about that stuff. Then, what we're going to do is some fun, chill stuff. I want to hear about your Thanksgivings. I want to hear about what you're doing that day. We're going to do a cool tier maker where we're going to rank Thanksgiving foods against each other and say, gee, what's the biggest food? What's not an important, what are the ones that you love the most? We're going to do that. We may do a questionnaire as well. There's like a Thanksgiving questionnaire we could do that has some interesting questions, see if we can figure out the answers. If you guys really want, we could do gameplay. And the gameplay that I would want to do is probably just do some Street Fighter. Just toss, go right into Street Fighter, do some Dalsim random gameplay just for fun. But that's up to you. But that's the first. It's only one stream, all right? Earlier morning, daytime, afternoon stream. That's the stream I'm doing on Thanksgiving. It's going to be kind of all over the place, but it should be fun, all right? And by the way, all the streams this week will be held on DSPGaming because there's some confusion. A lot of people are like, oh, well, are you going to be streaming over on DSP Reacts? No. All the streams will be here on DSPGaming, but some of the content I record will be put up over on DSP Reacts. So, for example, that tier maker, absolutely that'll be on DSP Reacts, but the streams will be right here on DSPGaming, just so there's no confusion on that. Okay? Cool. So that's Thanksgiving, which is Thursday. I will not be doing a late night stream on Thursday because I'm going to be spending time with my family. My wife's going to make a nice family dinner. We're going to relax together and have a good time. So I have Thursday night off. All right? Friday, I'm back, and it is a special marathon. This coming Friday, the 24th, Black Friday here in the United States. I don't know if it's Black Friday in other countries. It's the Adpocalypse 2.0, a marathon, which I'm going to be watching and reacting to advertisements all day long, submitted by you, the viewers. If you're someone who's a common viewer, if you type !Adpocalypse into the chat right now, you can post up ads that I can watch on the show. If you're a member, you have priority. Members get priority to get their ads watched first. So you go to the main channel page of this channel, DSP Gaming, and the members tab, and you'll see right there the thread from early this month. Post up ads there. We're going to watch those first, okay? So all day long, reacting to advertisements. Last year I did this. People were like, oh, this will never work. It was the most highly rated marathon I did all year last year. People loved it. It was a chill atmosphere. It was relaxed. It was like a party. Everyone was laughing at the ads. Everyone was having a good time. And people actually liked it so much, they wanted it to come back. They were like, hey, can you do it again right away? Can you bring it back? I was like, nah, let's hold off. I think it makes sense to kind of do it around this time of year. I was actually debating doing one for Christmas or maybe New Year's or maybe even like, I don't know, Valentine's Day. But we didn't do it. We held off. And now I'm bringing it back. I think it's going to go really well. Now, in addition to me just reacting to ads all day, I'm going to order food. So there'll be an episode of Feasting with Phil, which we haven't done in many months, where I order food and we eat it together. I rate it. I tell you about the different dishes I'm eating and what I think about them. Okay. Then, in addition to that, if you so would like, if I get big contributions on Friday, I'll probably take a few shots of various different liquor. I have all this leftover liquor from all year. I've got bourbon. I've got flavored rum. I've got tequila. I got Kahlua from last Christmas. So I've got all this liquor. I'm like, I can do shots if you guys want me to. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to get completely shit-faced or anything like that. But, we'll see, what happens. And, if you guys enjoy it or not, and if you want to see that, it's your call. All right? So that is all day Friday. The return of the Adpocalypse. I'm excited for this marathon. By the way, I didn't get to do my marathon last month because I was sick during Halloween. So hopefully this will help make up for it. In addition, we didn't do a marathon in September. We were doing a lot of special events every month, and now we haven't done one in several months. So this is going to bring it back, and hopefully you guys will like, the return of the Adpocalypse. Okay? Cool. Now, starting on Saturday, we are back to regularly scheduled streaming. Meaning Saturday will be a normal streaming day. It's going to be Super Mario RPG on the day stream and Street Fighter 6 on the late stream. So there's no Friday night fights this week, but there's Saturday Night Slam. I know it sounds cheesy, but we're going to do it. Saturday Night Slam, more Dalsim and Street Fighter 6, and maybe that'll be the stream where I try ranked. We'll see. Okay, we'll figure that out. And then Sunday, it's my React show, DSP versus the Internet on DSP Reacts, the sister channel. But then Sunday night, we're going to do more Starfield and try to finish it. Monday, then, will be Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer and Like a Dragon Gaiden. And then again, Tuesday, more Mario RPG and Street Fighter. And then Wednesday, more Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer and Like a Dragon Gaiden. And that's the streaming week. And then after that, we can get back into a regular rhythm. The schedule will be normal again. And coming up in early December, December 7th, is the next new release, the Avatar game from Ubisoft is coming out. And I will definitely look forward to that. Okay? Tub says, can we change it up? Instead of looking to get $100 tips for a shot, can it be cumulative? Yes. Yes. We'll do that. We'll make it so that it's based on how many tips I raise during the day via a cumulative total. We will do that. I will see, and people say Phil doesn't take suggestions. He just makes fun of them. No, that's a great suggestion, and that is exactly what we'll be doing this coming Friday. Now I have to sneeze. Hold on. I gotta sneeze. Oh. My nose. I was just about to sneeze. I barely made it. Holy crap. Hoy. Oh, okay. Yes, I mean, and that just makes sense. Honestly, I don't know why I did it the other way previously, but that just makes sense. If we do it, let's say it's a $100 milestone, right? So you raise $100, take a shot. You raise $200, take a shot. Then everyone can contribute a little bit, right? And then it works. As opposed to relying on one or two people dropping like a giant bomb of a contribution, it could be everyone working together in a small capacity. It's like a community event, right? So there you go. There you go. That makes sense. My nose is itching again. It's killing me. Hold on. Ugh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Stupid cold. Then again, I don't even know if that was the cold. As you can hear, I'm almost better. Like, I have a little bit of drip, a little bit of problems with this cold, but it's mostly gone at this point, right? So that's good. Canadian Kirk, there's no way you were wearing the same shirt as me. How about this? Canadian Kirk, tell me the brand of the shirt. And then I'll tell you if you're wearing the same shirt as me. Because I don't believe that you're wearing the same. This is not really a shirt. It's a, what do they call it? A pullover. I normally would wear this, like, out. But I just felt like wearing it today on stream. First time I wore it on stream, I believe. I don't think I've ever worn this before. Okay. Anyway, let me throw these out and then we'll continue. Okay. Canadian Kirk says the brand is Quarter Zip. Wrong. This is Dockers. So we're not wearing the same shirt. And once again, this is something I got on a discount. Guys, I'm going to just tell you, do not buy stuff from the regular store. Don't go to the department store. Don't go to the normal clothing store and pay full price. There's tons of discount stores out there. Sometimes you can, like you ever been to like a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx or a place like that? They take the same clothes that you would get full price somewhere else, and they're fine. They're full quality, you know, and they just resell them for super cheap. Or there's another place that we go to locally. It's called Plato's Closet. Now, I don't know if you have one locally, but essentially it's like a thrift shop where they take in clothes, they clean them up, they make them ready for sale, and then you can buy them for a humongous discount. There's stuff in there. You can buy a jacket for like $20. And it's like a leather jacket. It's crazy. That's where you should buy your stuff. I don't recommend going out there and, you know, spending insane amounts of money. You know, it makes no sense at all, right? It's ridiculous. So, anyway, that's what I do. That's because people, oh, how do you get all these clothes? Well, first of all, I've had these for ages. These are the kind of clothes that I wear off stream if I'm going out or I'm doing something and I'm not on stream. This is what I've always worn. But I've had them for ages because every once in a while you go to a store, I'll drop like $20. You get like 2 shirts, you know, 2 good shirts. It's not like, oh, it's a piece of junk. It's 2 good shirts, right? So there you go. Anyway, so there you go. So that's what's going on with the schedule. That's what's going on with the games. That's what's going on with the special events. I hope to see you all for all the special stuff. I hope we have a really great stream today. Last time we played Modern Warfare 3, it went really well. So hopefully people will show up and support. Thank you, Lucifer Soul. Thank you to Don. Thank you to Parasolo for supporting with those memberships so far. And if we can just hit this, then we're good to go. And I really hope that we do. All right? Okay. Outside of all of that, I have one news story for today. Just one. All right? That I want to cover. It'll be a quick one. So it's time for everyone's favorite segment, known as DSP News. Although now the color of this logo is wrong again. So let me, hold on. There you go. One news story today. Are you ready for this one? This is a good one. All right? Today, this very morning, well, actually, it was overnight, I guess. Bethesda Game Studios announced, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our biggest update ever from Starfield. We're adding DLSS support, fixes and improvements to the graphics, better performance, improved gameplay, and all these improvements and things, right? So guess what? Apparently now, I'm not kidding you. I wish this was a joke. Apparently now, Starfield will actually run at 30 frames per second on consoles. Like they originally promised, now it should actually run at 30 frames. It hasn't since launch. It's always been in the 20s. They lied and claimed to everyone that it was going to run a super smooth 30, and they limited that on consoles so that everyone would have a great experience. It was a complete lie. The game's never run at 30 frames. It's always been sub 30 frames and chopped up frequently in firefights and things. Now they're claiming with this patch, it fixes it and it runs at 30 frames on consoles. This is also supposed to stop a lot of the game bugs and game crashes and problems and things that have been happening with the game since launch. You know, the things that should not have been in the game since launch. If this is a game that they truly spent as much time, effort, and money on as they claim, do you really think this game should have launched as poorly as it did? It's just another situation where Bethesda fails to live up to what they promise. It's another situation where everyone just kind of laughs and they're like, you know, why is it that in modern game development, right, some companies can exceed and get better and some just stay at the same level forever? Like, for example, if you take a look at a company like Insomniac, right? That's a company that, you know, they made good games over the years. They made some missteps. They made a few issues here or there. But look, they're constantly improving. Look at their last 2 outings, right? Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. How those games have pushed the levels and boundaries of what can be done on a console. Now, there's bugs. Absolutely there's bugs. People found bugs when Spider-Man 2 came out. Look, it's the swinging cube or whatever. But for the most part, these games are incredibly well-polished experiences, right? We can all agree that. What about Sony Santa Monica, right? With God of War and God of War Ragnarok. Again, pushing the boundaries of what the console can do, right? There's these great game developers out there. They take their time and they make these well-developed, well-polished games. Why is it that Bethesda literally always makes the same kind of game? So it's not like, oh, we're going outside the box. We're really breaking the mold here. They make the same game, and every time they make it, it runs like shit. Like, you would think at one point they'd be like, well, okay, well, finally we figured this out. We figured out why our games are wonky, why our games have issues, why they don't run well, why there's all these problems. And, you know, now we're going to improve upon it, and we're going to make it so that it doesn't do that anymore. But no, it's like when you buy a Bethesda game, you just have to expect, right? Like, literally expect that for the first several months, that you play those games, they're going to run like crap. And you're not going to have a great launch experience if you wait. The truth is, if any Bethesda game comes out, if you wait 6 months to a year and then you buy it, it's a much better game. It's just truthful. You know, Fallout 76 was barely fucking playable for the first year. I played it 6 months in when they made it free during that E3 week, and the game was dog shit. One of my teammates was stuck on his knees sliding around in a Pete Townsend slide animation. The game wouldn't even let him stand up. It's like, what the fuck is this game? These games are really bad until they put so much afterward effort into them to make them better. For a game like Starfield, this is a game that everyone even said this was a make-or-break game for Bethesda. A new IP, the first one in over a decade, correct? It's been a long time since they had a truly new IP. And a lot of people were disappointed with Fallout 76 and with Fallout 4. So it's time to really show your chops, to show what you can do. And they claim they put all their big efforts and everything into this game. That's why, you know, Elder Scrolls 6 hadn't been in development, because they were really focused hard on this one, right? How the fuck can they say that with a straight face? Like, I really want to know how Todd Howard can say that kind of shit to a camera, to the public. And then the game that came out, and that's the game that you're playing, you're like, where the fuck is any of the stuff that they talked about? Right? Like, all the promises, all bullshit. As usual, game runs like shit. Oh, we need to keep it at 30 frames on console so everyone has equivalent experience. Your game doesn't even run at 30 frames on console. Your game dips and chops and runs like shit. So what the fuck are you talking about? It's just that your game developers don't know how to fucking develop. They don't know how to run on any kind of an engine. It's just trash. You know? Like, what the fuck? Everyone else has surpassed Bethesda. There was a time, 10, 15 years ago, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and then Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Those games were groundbreaking. They were amazing. They blew your socks off. That was over 10 years ago. What has Bethesda done in the last decade that has even been equivalent to their contemporaries, right? So now 2 months later, over 2 months later, the game just got skipped and passed upon for a Game of the Year award. No one nominated it for Game of the Year at all. When everyone thought it was going to be a shoo-in for Game of the Year, just based on what we were told about the game. Literally no one is nominating this thing for Game of the Year. Everyone thinks it's a joke. And now you're going to update your game over 2 months later. And you're going to tout it, oh, it's our biggest update ever. It has all these graphical the things that should have been there at launch. Now you're starting to make your game fun and playable. Like, what the fuck is your problem? I don't know. Like, I've told you guys this, that I feel like there used to be a core group of game developers that were the dependables. These were the ones, it didn't matter what game they were making, for what console, for what platform, you knew that it was good. You had the Capcom, right? Capcom was big time fighting games, and then they went into like Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. Everything they did was great. Their shit didn't stink. Of course, they had Mega Man 2. They had all these great franchises. You had Konami, that was known for Castlevania, the Metal Gear franchise, and stuff like that, right? You had Nintendo, known for, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, all those synonymous, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, all those big ones. And, you used to always have these things. To some extent, in the last 2 console generations, you had games like BioWare was known already from like Knights of the Old Republic and stuff like that. And then they started making Dragon Age, they started making Mass Effect. Oh, this is great, right? And we keep going. I could sit here probably for like an hour and name all the ones that used to be greats, right? And what happened? What happened in the last 10 years? It's like the last 10 years was just this decline, when it should have been going up. All the technology is getting better. right? Everything's getting better, so all the games should be getting better. No, it's the opposite. Now you don't even know when you buy a game. You have no idea how it's going to go. You don't know if it's going to be worth your money. You don't know if it's going to be a fun experience. It could be dog shit. From a game developer you trust, like Bethesda, it could be dog shit that you're playing. Like, what happened? And I'm not saying that all of Starfield is dog shit. There's things there that do excel. But for what they promised and what they delivered, this game is an underwhelming, disappointing fucking mess. And then they expect that we're going to pretend like it's good. No, I'm not going. I love Fallout 3. I love Fallout New Vegas. I really liked Fallout 4. Guys, I named Fallout 4 my game of the year. Okay? I named Fallout 4 my game of the year. Starfield is not even a fart of a consideration for game of the year for me. Literally, there wasn't a moment during that game that I was playing it and I was like, oh, this is, wow, I'm blown away. Not once. Not once did I feel like that. I felt like I was playing Fallout 4 again. Like it was Fallout 4 Part 2, only in space. Only it ran worse. It looked and ran like shit. That's Starfield. You know? That just kills me, man. So, I don't know. I'm sure we're going to talk more about this. As I finish the game, I'm going to have things to say. And when we get to my year-end stuff, I'm going to have things to say. But I just find it hilarious. Over 2 months after the game is out and supposed to be a seller and be considered for Game of the Year, which it wasn't. It was completely, forgotten. Now we're going to patch our game and make it run well. Well, maybe you should have fucking done that before it came out, you fucking imbeciles. Then maybe someone would have liked it. It's unbelievable. Okay. Let's continue, shall we, everybody? All right. I told you news was going to be short today. So we have a couple options. First of all, I want to do shout-outs. I think today, I don't want to go ultra late on the podcast today. So I think today what we'll do, let's do shout-outs, and then we'll do some Q&A. Because we could do suggestion box, but I feel we're going to get caught up in it. We already, the talking about the schedule and everything took a while today. So I think we should just get to like Q&A. So let's do shout-outs. I already did shout-outs for all those gifted memberships. So thank you to everyone who gifted a membership to the channel. That's really going to help us get back in the right direction here. Matt Kopp's Story Time did a $10 super chat earlier and said, I know it's your channel and your decision. Trepang 2 makes Modern Warfare 3 look like GoldenEye 64 in comparison. Your viewers will love it. I don't know what the hell that is. I've never heard of it. What is that? Is that even on a console? Is that a PC game? I have no clue what you're speaking of. If it's a PC game, I have a mini PC, but I don't know if my mini PC can play for like a good person versus shooter. I don't know if it can handle it. If it's a console game, I never heard of it. I appreciate the super chat, but I don't even know what that is. Can anyone elaborate? What is this? Trepang 2 or something? Never heard of it. Thank you for the super chat, though. It's generous. It was like 10 pounds. A 10-pound super chat. So thank you for that. Also, Lycifer Soul, who already gifted a ton of members. Thank you, man. Also did a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, I know you don't play co-op games. Smaller developers like the ones that made Lords of the Fallen perfected the Souls-like multiplayer. It was nearly impossible in games like Dark Souls or Elden Ring. And Bloodborne, it was impossible too. So what you're saying is like Lords of the Fallen is a really great co-op game? I didn't even know that. The thing is, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as a co-op game. I don't really like these games as co-op games. You know that. I prefer, a game like that, I prefer to play it for myself and challenge myself. I know that's crazy coming from someone who, my nose, originally, 12 plus years ago, fucking hated the ultra difficult game formula and had no idea what I was doing. And it was one of the most hilarious things ever when I was trying to play Dark Souls originally, right? And I just gave up. But now I've grown to really love and appreciate these games for what they are. Look at my Lies of P playthrough from earlier this year. I love the game. Constantly switching weapons up, learning new builds, having a ton of fun with it. That's my experience with these Soulsborne games now. I really love them. So, I don't know if I would want to do like a co-op experience in a game like that anyway. So, Trepang 2 is on PS5. It's a FPS. It plays like the first Fear game. Never played the first Fear. I had it on PC because at one point when I was building PCs, I had bought either a graphics card or a component of the PC, and they bundled the game together with it. So I had played it for like an hour, and it ran horribly. It was hilarious because here's me buying components for my PC, right? And then when I went to play the game, it ran like shit. Like, it constantly chugged along, and it had like issues with the frame rate. It would make the game crash and stuff. So I don't know if it was my setup at the time or whatever. I don't know. But I played it for like an hour. It was scary. It was Alma kept showing up in the game and like jump scaring you and stuff, and you didn't know what the hell was going on. But then I never played the actual first game. I went and I played Fear 2. Now, Fear 2 is also an incredibly scary game. It is. And then the thing is, by the end of the game, they kind of explain the entire plot. And once you actually understand what's going on in the game, it's not scary anymore. And then Fear 3 is the most unscary game ever made because you already know what's happening, so there's zero things to be scary in the game. It's just like, just shoot things, you know? So, Fear 2 I liked. Fear 1 I never got to play. I feel like if I went back and played Fear 1, it wouldn't be scary because I already know the plot from Fear 2, you know? Anyway, Trepang 2 playing like Fear, I don't know what that means. But if anyone was interested, let me know. I don't know anything about the game, though. Okay. So, on that side of things, thank you. Let's get to tips now. We've got... And please bear with me. A $10 tip from Dan the Man. And that's the first tip of the day. Thank you very much, Dan the Man. I appreciate that. By the way, guys, starting likely this Friday for the Adpocalypse Marathon, I will have new animations. It will be the holiday-themed animations, and there might be one or two brand new ones. There's actually going to be a couple that are remastered, meaning they're going to look better than they previously did in previous years. And, of course, it's all the holiday ones from, like, the last 3-4 years will all return. Me getting kicked in the balls by the Ghost of Christmas Present in Scrooged, you know. Me fighting a bunch of Santa Clauses in Jingle All the Way. Me as Ebenezer Scrooge in The Muppet Christmas Carol, right? All those. And there's like 7, I think, that we have. Like 7 Christmas animations, something like that. So I'm going to add all those to the streams. Those will start probably this Friday for the marathon. In addition, there'll be, hopefully, if I have time, what I'd like to do Thanksgiving night is decorate behind me for Christmas. So I'll have, like, one half will be, like, Christmas-themed decorations, and the other half will be a little bit more generic, like the stuff I have here. So that way we got variety. But I think it would be really fun to get that going, hopefully for the marathon on Friday. I guess we'll see, right? Fear 1 plays like a first-person Max Payne and has bullet time and a cool melee system. Interesting, JC Shadow. Battleduck 9000 says, I feel like what happened, business experts went into gaming and ran it like an average business. All their success is on the coattails of past success. Now those coattails ran out. I mean, yeah, there's only so many times you could do the same thing and not innovate and not improve and expect to get the same results. How many times are they going to make the same Bethesda game with the same fucked up graphics, the same bugs and issues, and expect that people are going to want it in 2023? You know, this isn't 2011. This isn't 2009. It's 2023. Things are better now. Things are improved. You have to stay with the times, and it doesn't seem like they are, right? They're just trying to make the same game a 14th time. Like, what the hell? Okay. Guys, let us now open up the stream to a little bit of Q&A. We usually have 15 or 20 minutes where we'll do some Q&A before we get settled over and we jump into gameplay. So I'll see what you guys want to chat about this morning. All right, what would you guys like to talk about? Please tag me in the chat. SF6 Cammy says, I used to drink cold Pepsi every day, now only once a week. Inflation is too hard. Well, you should just be drinking water anyway. Fuck the Pepsi. It's disgusting. Full of calories, nothing good for you. So maybe that's a life change that's good for you then. What are my expectations for Avatar? I think it's going to be Far Cry with the plot of Avatar integrated into it. You're going to see a lot of incredibly similar gameplay aspects. Like, the bow and arrow is straight from Avatar, or straight from Far Cry. You know what it's going to be. And that's been in Far Cry for ages, the hunting and everything. The gunplay might be interesting because it's like supposed to be like space-age guns. So if anything, maybe that'll have a new element to it. And also, I think that the traversal, if you're actually using the animals and stuff and you're riding them around, that could be pretty interesting and neat, maybe. I don't know how much that'll be implemented. Like, maybe that'll only be set parts, like a big set piece where you do it rather than actually, like, maneuvering around the whole map using it. I have no idea. Overall, I think if they make it a game set in that universe and it runs well and it looks pretty, I think people are going to forget that it plays like Far Cry. I mean, the last Far Cry game was several years ago, right? Over 2 years ago. So already it's been a while. So it's kind of like, it might feel more fresh to at least have it with a new coat of paint over it and look a little different. But am I expecting insane, groundbreaking stuff? No. I'm just looking for a good time. We haven't had a good Avatar game, right? It's been nothing. It's been a long time since we had Avatar, since it came out. And, you know, then they brought back Avatar last year, and the movie was meh. I'm sorry, I saw it. It was like, meh. Not that good. But, you know, people went crazy because they just go for hype. And I just hope that the game is decent. I think it'll be a fun time, a solid outing to end the year. Game Master says, now with this new Starfield patch, you can eat food in the field when you loot it. So basically what you're saying is, if let's say you're in a building and there's food, you could just eat it immediately and have it count towards your health rather than having to store it in your inventory and then manually eat it out of the inventory. Oh, you mean like probably how they had intended to begin with but didn't finish it, right? Because I guarantee you that's what they had always intended. And they fucked it up. So, yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that. It'll make it a little bit easier now. I won't care anymore. I'm at the end of the game, so I won't give two shits. But you see what I'm saying? If you want to actually play a Bethesda game today, you just don't play it at launch. You wait a year. In 1 year, they'll have patched it so much, it'll be a great game. But you have to wait the year. Oh, I don't know anything about mastery camos in Modern Warfare 3, so since I don't know what they are or how to get them, I guess I can't answer that question. You're going to the casino tomorrow, Jade? Cool, I hope that you have a good time. Be safe, have fun, and I'll see you when I see you, whether it's Thanksgiving or whenever. That'll be cool. Thank you to Rare Tricks. Rare Tricks became a member. Thank you so much for that, Rare Tricks. I added you to the total. Battleduck says, how's the weather in your area? It's getting quite chilly and winter starts finally setting around me. Cold, but still moderate weather. Like, for example, full sun outside today. It is currently 54 degrees outside. So definitely not. At night it gets cold. Every single night we get some chilly weather. Sometimes it actually does go below freezing at night. But during the days we're always in the 40s or 50s. So yeah, we're not in any kind of condition where we're going to be getting like snow or anything like that anytime soon. Typically our months for that are January, February. Usually. Sometimes we actually hit it in like December around Christmas time. I remember one year we actually got good snow on Christmas time, which was special. But usually we don't get it then. Usually it's like the next month or two. So. Let's see here. Game Master says, stupid how Persona 3 and Yakuza 8 are coming close to each other. No, here's the problem. Well, again, there's so many RPGs today. It didn't used to be like this. It used to be like in 1 year there'd be like 5 good RPGs. And they'd all be spread out, so you have time to play them. Now it's like January, 2 RPGs. February, 3 RPGs. March, 1 RPG. April, 2 RPGs. It's like, do they not understand that when you make a game that's 40 to 80 hours long, you can't just sit there and play it all day, every day, to get through it to play the next one, right? It's tough for me because I'm a variety streamer, but I could just imagine the common person who has a job and a life. You don't have time to just sit around and play these games all day long. How do you play all of them? Just in January alone, right? In January alone, we've got Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, the Persona 3 remake, and then within 1 month, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? And it's like, even if I just wanted to play those 3, how would I do that? Exactly. Like, I don't know. Even if those were the only games I was playing, I don't know how I would handle that. That's just insane. They're all lengthy as shit. They all take a lot of time. They're all different systems you have to learn. Like, how the fuck would I play all those at once? It's just a weird situation. It never used to be like that either. There'd be like entire stretches with no good RPGs. And now it's just like constant RPG. And then everyone's like, will you play this one? Will you play this one? Will you play this one? Like, how? How do you expect me to do that? You know? I don't know, man. Thank you to Swagonito, who re-upped their membership for today, right? Swagonito, you re-upped? Or did it count as a new one? It might have counted as a new one, actually. Thank you, Swagonito. Okay. I think it counted as a new one. So it's up to 513. Thank you, Swagonito. I appreciate that. Okay. Jade says, I'm just asking, are you going to play Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? You know, I honestly don't know. I really don't know at this point. Do we want me to play a generic third-person shooter? That's what it looks like. It looks sad. It looks like a depressing game. It's from a studio that made 3 insanely good Batman games. And now they made a fucking generic third-person shooter. It doesn't look good. It's pissing me off. I want to play good games now. I don't want to waste time on mediocre bad games. And it just looks so mediocre. But it's like, I want to trust Rocksteady, right? I want to trust them. They put out 3 insanely good games. Do I trust them and give them the benefit of the doubt? Or do I say, fuck this? I don't know. I got to think harder about this. Anyway. I got a $1.50 tip from Beaver Bother. He says, I suggest doing a Donkey Kong 64 redemption run. You'll be a millionaire. No. But thanks, Beaver Bother, for the $1.50 tip. In truth, although I get a lot of hate watch reviews when I play those kind of games, they don't support the streams. They don't. So I'm not, I'm not stupid. I would much rather take a full-on 6-foot cactus, turn it upside down, hold it by the pot, and just grate my privates like this, than play fucking Donkey Kong 64 again. And that might actually bring in more contributions if I did it. So, thank you, Beaver Bother. I received a $25 tip for 1 Minute Man. He says, I have nothing insightful to say today. I just want to say hello to the chat. Well, thank you, 1 Minute Man. Appreciate that. Thanks for the $25 tip. It's very generous, as always. Let me go ahead and play you a nice animation and get you up on the leaderboard. And personally, thank you, as always, for your support of my content. No matter where as I am, no matter what it is I'm doing, I really appreciate that. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Jasper, what was that? What was that noise? I heard a noise. What were you doing in there? Do I have to check? What happened? He made a noise in the other room. I'm going to check and see what he did. What did you do? What did you do in here? Oh, you just went behind here? Oh, crap. That's not good, Jasper. That's really bad. You broke the blinds. Oh, my God. He snapped the fucking blinds. Now, that's definitely not good. It's a good thing we don't open this window. Oh, my God. So now the blinds are broken in every fucking room. Wow. Every fucking room. They are busted. That is something else. Oh my God. Jasper, you broke the blinds, and now what are we going to do? What are we going to do now? I cannot win. I cannot win. I can't. We now have broken blinds in every single room upstairs. This room, the room over there, and the bedroom. They're all broken. In the bedroom, the problem is that the thing that holds together, that you pull to open and close the blinds, has broken apart. And so all the strands go loose. And I can rebuild it, but there's no way to really permanently have it hold together. Once it's split, it basically never properly goes back together again. So every once in a while, the whole thing just explodes, and I have to try to rebuild it again. So they work, but they're just annoying to use. These don't work at all, okay? The piece that's inside ripped out. So now when you pull the cord, there's nothing to rotate on. It just doesn't go up and down. So these blinds are permanently down no matter what. If I pull them up, they'll never come down again. Okay, so I just leave them down all the time. He kept going behind the blinds in that room to peek out and look at the neighborhood. And as doing that, apparently he got caught in them and pulled them, and he snapped all the wire off of the top of the blind on the left-hand side. So now the left-hand side blinds don't connect to the top anymore, and they're sagging. So We literally have no functional blinds. Well, the blinds in the bedroom are functional. In both of these offices, the blinds are not functional now. And before you guys say, well, why don't you just fix them? Because money, right? They're expensive. When I had these installed in 2014, which was almost a decade ago, they cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars per blind because they have to measure the size of your window, custom cut, custom install. It's very expensive, okay? In my house right now, I have multiple broken things. I have a bathroom that doesn't work, a busted shower with all rust in the wall, dripping fucking shower head, all cracked, fucked up tiles and all kinds of shit. The whole shower needs to basically be torn out and redone. I have a toilet that doesn't work. I have a toilet that has not worked in like 4 years. It's all fucked up. All right. I have a dishwasher that broke downstairs last fall. I haven't replaced it. Every time that I think I'm getting ahead and I'm in a situation where I think that I can like fix stuff, something happens. Like this year, and we're talking a little bit about this on Thursday during the Thanksgiving special, how, I had ups and downs this year. This year, I had a tire stolen off my car. I had multiple personal things, some medical and some other things happen behind the scenes. And it's like every time I think that I'm getting ahead and I'm going to have some money to do something, it gets taken from me. So I got all this stuff broken in the house. I can't fix any of it. It just has to sit there broken. And I just, don't use it. Like these blinds have been broken since earlier this year. Just leave them broken. What else am I going to do? I can't, what's the point of dumping money into it? Well, in fact, at this point, even if I had money, I don't even know what I would fix first. The broken toilet, the broken dishwasher, the blinds, the bathroom is too expensive because I need to redo the bathroom essentially. Like it's all fucked up. They have to rip that shower out, fix all the piping in the wall, and do all. That's like a $10,000 project. I don't have that money, but even like of small things, even if I had the money, I don't even know what I would do next. I don't even know what to, But this is stuff that happens when you're got a house and you're an adult. All this shit happens, and what can you do, right? 'Tis life. So now he's sitting on my floor moping because he broke the blinds. He's moping on the floor right now, Jasper. It's like, well, I mean, you keep jumping behind him, which is fine. I don't mind. But you get snagging and you're pulling on him. What do you think's going to happen, right? Anyway. What can you do? It's not a big deal. That room especially, that room doesn't matter. We barely even use that room for anything. That's not a concern. I would love to have better blinds in here because for lighting, for the streams and everything, to basically have like I was thinking blackout curtains would work maybe. I don't know much about them. I don't even know if they would fit in this window because again, this is a window that's a weird size. They would have to maybe like custom, measure and cut and install. It probably cost a ton of money. But the blinds don't even work that well. Even when they were working fine, they don't block the sun that well during hot summer days and stuff. They don't do much at all. So maybe blackout curtains would be a big benefit. I don't know. All right? I don't know. Excuse me. How well do blackout curtains work? Do they work well? I'm just curious because I don't know much about them. So maybe I should get like blackout curtains for this office at the very least. It would benefit because then when we film it's dark and I could open them whenever I want, but maybe that may make sense. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about them. Like I think aren't blackout curtains what they put in like hotels? The thick ass curtains that they go, you swing them open and close like this and they kind of overlap a little bit to stop the light, right? Are those blackout curtains? They're legit. Swagonito says they're legit. What I'm really wondering of, how well do they work for heat? Because in the summer, it would really help if they could cool down the office when, stop the sun from heating the office up. And then also, here's what I'm concerned about. Like right now, because I have blinds, I can open them to get air circulation. With blackout curtains, you'd have to open, but I can't open. If I open during the day, I'd have sun in my face, right? So with the blinds, I can maybe do like a little bit of a crack at least, and then I can get some air in here. And I'm nervous I wouldn't be able to do that if I got blackout curtains. They're good for heat? You think so? They're good for heat for sure. See, that's what I need. Because, man, I don't want to run the air conditioner in here unless I absolutely have to. And I try to hold out as long as I can. But, man, once it starts getting spring and the sun is beating on this office in the afternoons, it gets so effing hot in this room. And I'm trying to have a bunch of electronics run and everything. It's like impossible. It's like torture. Like, fuck, man, I'm sweating my balls off in here. Jay says, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League looks like Gotham Knights to me. Yes and no. I would say Gotham Knights at least was set in Gotham and had that gothic tone to it. And definitely had Batman flair to the plot. Although, admittedly, yeah, I agree with you that it was, like, a lot of it was kind of third-person shooter. You didn't have to play it like that. Like, you notice when I played Gotham Knights, I didn't really use the shooter stuff that much. They had it. I wasn't using it as much. I used more combat and more almost like Batman. But Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League looks 100%. You have to just shoot everything. Like, that's the whole game, is just shooting shit. And that just seems so boring to me. You know? That reminds me of Sunset Overdrive. Go watch my playthrough of Sunset Overdrive from many years ago. And everyone's like, oh, the game's so good. Dude, I was so fucking bored. I got so bored with the game halfway through. I was like, dude, I could barely finish it. I was falling asleep. Valdex is the one design seat are dark on the inside, white or light colored on the window side. They don't accumulate heat. Right. So the outer curtain is white. And then the inner curtain is thick and dark, like a gray or a brown. Or I guess you could get them black as well. And so I guess what you're saying is it won't absorb the heat. It bounces the heat back out, but then it also blocks the light. Yeah, that's what I've seen in hotels. Tubbs, I agree. I completely disagree. He goes, that's how Guardians of the Galaxy started out and it was good. Guardians of the Galaxy was an RPG. It didn't even have the kind of gameplay you're talking about at all. If you play it, you know that. Like, it doesn't play at all like a shooter. You know? At first glance, that's what everyone thought it was going to be. That's not what it is. It's definitely an RPG with assists and everything. You know, it's very different. I already said I don't know if I'm playing it or not. People are asking, are you going to play Suicide Squad? I don't know. I got to think about it. I'm sure we're going to get tons more information about this game the closer we get to it. We still got about 2 months to go, right? So I got to think about it and make my decision. The thing is, January, February is packed with releases this year. Packed. So it might be a situation where there's no way to play everything, and I got to pick and choose the best. And I'll be honest, that game does not look like one of the best. So I might have to, skip it. We'll see. We shall see. Game Master says you can pay $100 and play the game early. They have that edition. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'll play it 2 days early for $100. That sounds good. People Person says Bethesda claimed they were going to do a next-gen version of Fallout 4. Still haven't done it. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing over there, honestly. I really don't know. We saw that roadmap that was kind of spoiled. Remember, Microsoft accidentally filed the files in the wrong thing for their court hearing. And we found out that they're actually redoing Fallout 3 and all that. Which is kind of interesting. You know what I'm nervous about now? So every year you guys have me do a Bethesda game, right? What happens if you guys say do Fallout 3? Okay, so in 2024 we play Fallout 3 and then they announce, oh, Fallout 3 Remastered coming soon. Like, comes out in the next year. I'm like, oh, I just played it, right? Like, I just fucking played the game. So I don't know what to do. No, I will not pause what I'm doing to watch a GTA 6 trailer. I'll watch it and talk about it later. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to watch the fucking trailer. It's not that important. The game ain't going anywhere. The trailer ain't going anywhere. Okay. All right, guys. Let's end the show. And thank you all. Great. Thank you so much, Lucifer Soul, and everyone else who supported during this pre-stream / podcast. I really appreciate that. Remember, the next time you will see me is on Thanksgiving. And that turkey will be very pertinent, let me tell you. And I look forward to chilling with all of you on Thanksgiving, for a very chilled stream day. It's going to be relaxed, a tier maker, hanging out, talking about this year, what I'm thankful for, talking about Thanksgiving food, all kinds of fun stuff that day. Maybe some Street Fighter, we'll see. But I hope you all join me on Thanksgiving if you can make it. And if you can't, it's all good. The content will be available on demand. But I wish you all the best. I won't be here tomorrow. I hope you're all safe and have a good day. And I'll see you all this coming Thursday for Thanksgiving fun. Peace out, everyone, and I will see you then.